Like and subscribe for daily videos. What's the best thing that happened to you in Truth or Dare? NSFW. Got dared to kiss my back then HS crush, couldn't do it not because I'm kinda shy but because it was my crush, so I denied and got booed out. She later came to check up on me and asked if I wanna do it, now that the others weren't around. Of course I said yes and we kissed, first on the cheek, then normally. Afterwards she giggled and told me she liked it. There never came anything from it, but I still think of her quite a lot these days. My friend dared the girl I had a crush on to kiss me. She stared at me and said I can't do it, he's too ugly, and the other girls said the same thing. I ended up being ignored for the rest of the game. Good times equals. Edit, I was 12 when it happened. That event was one of the reasons why I grew up with low self-esteem. I'm over it now, but talking about it made me feel better as I never mentioned this tragedy before. Thanks, you all. Peas, that girl I had a crush on tried to hit on me last year with that time worked out well on you kinda thought. Edit 2, I didn't think that a lot of PPL would sympathize with my story. Thanks a lot. You all made my year better. It was a girl's 19th birthday party and my buddy from high school was there. Everyone was being lame and awkward, so I suggested Truth or Dare. The game went on for a while, but people were getting progressively more naked and horny as most of them were drinking. I was the DD for another friend at the party and the people staying were getting raunchier, so we split. The birthday girl and my high school buddy hooked up and they've been together for about 7 years now and have a daughter together. I was about 12 at a friend's sleepover. I was dared to go home by a kid who didn't like me too much. I walked the 2 miles home and as I came to my driveway my older brother had just pulled in. He had 3 baby raccoons with him because he had hit their mother while delivering pizza. I got to spend the rest of the night with him, 3 raccoons and a cheese and pepperoni pizza watching Nightmare on Elm Street. Girl got dared to give me a BJ during recess at school in front of everyone. I was 13. Got suspended. She got expelled. Apparently I wasn't the first she got into trouble for. Had my dad's friends shake my hand a lot because he must have bragged about his son. My current wife went to school with me too. Brings it up sometimes. Lol. I am reading all these comments and damn, I got dared to go home. I was at work, high school job at a department store, and the 4 of us in my department were playing Truth or Dare, mostly dumb work stuff like go mix up those shirts. Someone dared the girl who had a rep as being experienced, who is a couple years older than me, to give me a blowjob. She told me to take break with her. I played along. We went to her car. She actually blew me in the store parking lot. We dared this girl to give a friend of mine a lap dance using the first song that came up when he shuffled his entire song library. Seems pretty normal until she had to give a 3-minute lap dance to Cats in the Cradle. I chose Truth every time because I was super boring and had nothing to hide. I got made fun of that weekend, but Monday morning the nasty wannabe popular bitch went around spreading everyone's secrets, and the ridiculous stares they did. Everyone except me. Boring for the win. Got to play my very first, and only, Truth or Dare game when I moved to the US for college, with a bunch of people who I would characterize as moderately to severely religious. I was not, but those were the first people I had met, so I went with it. Needless to say, it was tame and clean. Worst thing someone got dared to do was walk up to a stranger and sing the national anthem. Reading all the responses here, I never imagined the game could be so interesting and sexually charged. I definitely missed out. Went to an acquaintance's birthday. We spoke maybe 10 times prior. After a while she was down to just her bra and panties. That's when she was dared to seduce me. Well, she was kind of awkward, so her version of seduction was just to tackle me while we were both near naked. That was a great night and we're celebrating our first year of marriage next weekend. My friend had a game called Cosmopolitan Truth or Dare. It was a card game that had a truth or a dare question on it. We played with a set of twins once who pulled a dare that read cover your chests in whipped cream and rub them together, and they actually did it. In 8th grade I was dared to show this girl my D. We went to a bathroom. I was 13 and horny, so I had a hard-on. I pointed it down and she didn't know the difference. She told her friends later and I kinda got a reputation of having a big D even though I'm completely average. Edit, thanks for the gold and silver. This really blew up. I was 16 and my group of friends were sitting in a sauna, everyone was covered up by a towel, when one of the girls said we should play Truth or Dare. I got dared to show my D to one of the girls, so we went out to the changing room/showers that is attached to the sauna and I showed her my D and she gave me my first hand job and later that night we had sex. Ended up together for about 6 years before I found out she had been cheating on me like a lot. Someone dared me to kiss a lady that I happened to have a thing for anyway. It was a very long time before we stopped kissing. Dated her for 3 years. Great lady, always a little sad it didn't work out. I got to watch my middle school friend, it was winter, go down to the yard, strip to boxers and run a lap around the yard. Needless to say we were all impressed and hysterically laughing. He did this in the middle of class BTW. Shari was dared to spend 10 minutes in a dark room, nearby den, with the guy of her choice. She chose me. Turned out to be a setup. Her best friend knew that Shari had a crush on me and made this happen. Anyway, it was the hottest, fastest makeout session to date for me. We were both naked above the waist and she had her hand in my zipper. At 10 minutes there was an unwelcome knock on the door. Rather tame compared to some of the shit that I've seen, and may or may not be envious of, in this thread. But one time when I was like 13 to 14, playing Truth or Dare at a sleepover, I was dared to walk into my friend's sister's room, they were 17 and 19, without knocking and just shout boobs. The only condition I set forth was that I was allowed to bolt back to his room and lock the door so they couldn't beat me up. I did it, and all I saw was the confused faces of his sisters, who had already gone to sleep, staring at my scrawny shirtless pubescent face yelling boobs at 2 a.m. Disappointing and anticlimactic as F, but that's what happens when you don't have friends. I played Truth or Dare in a pub in my hometown. It was pretty normal for me and my friends and their friends to play that there because none of us were afraid to do anything except getting naked or something like that. I got a dare to kiss a girl to my right, decided not to do so even though she was up for that. Later that evening I saw her with her boyfriend. I am relieved that I decided to dodge a bullet there. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for daily videos.